Yes, sir.
Okay. See you later.
See you later. Good luck.
See you. Have a nice game.
Alrighty. So we have both cool players, really, fun opponents, and we get to see all those fun tricks that they both like to do. They're both mathematicians. They both have a lot of tournaments. I think they're both addicted to tournaments, tournament trophies. So, well, guess what? He got the wheel, which is a really good card to have. And unless
Will.
Tom, yeah, I have Dennis that's going to help me, and Block is going to keep drawing cards for the wheel. We're at the final of the Billy Weekly 198th Death Match that is organized by Super Dennis, and that is a very fun tournament. And Dennis, actually, the tournament organizer, is helping me with the commentary, so that is great. Oh, clothing. All right, that means Block is going to
Of course.
start melting. But Block has the upper hand with the wheel because Thomas does not have.
If Block got masonry, maybe.
Yep. And Thomas got leaves,
Yeah, I
which.
can. So he gonna mail a lot of cards.
Yes, that is true. But I think Block can probably reduce the clothing danger by um, using masonry to meld a bunch of cards. And I have a feeling he's got a lot of cards, probably ores as well. So let's see what we have. He might do the wheel and then masonry if he doesn't have enough. But you know what? I think he has all a bunch of reds in hand: ores, metalworks, archery, tools. Um, what other cards are going to be at level one?
He didn't have the 4 cards.
He did not. Yep, which is a surprise. But he might have, he might have pottery in hand, which he, well, hmm,
Strange.
calendar. Okay, yeah, that works. So at least the danger from clothing is reduced.
Less expensive.
Yes, that is true. Thomas always said that, he does not like if his opponent starts with clothing. So, but
Yeah.
hey, guess what? He has clothing and he has agriculture. So unless he has,
Will is a good cards again to start with, against closing. For sure, writing is not the best one.
well, against clothing, I mean,
Pottery or agriculture, or you need
yes.
to is good,
Mm-hmm.
but will was a good solution
Yes.
to fill the end.
Yep. So Thomas drew a 2. Let's see what he's going to do for the second turn. Uh, Looking back at the tournament games, they had to play. It has been a full tournament, which means that both these players had to beat other players from the beginning. So looking at where is Block's beginning, Block started with beating Anonet, Tanjanica, Nick Jim, and Matt Kahn. So some really good players. And let's go over what Thomas had. Um, he had started with Camonesti, Campino 1978, Python 85, and Pyrong. Really good players and champions. Ooh, thwol actually melted currency. You know why? Because he expected ores.
Doesn't have a red or a purple.
Hmm. Yep,
He doesn't have a purple or red card in hand,
he
for sure.
doesn't. But you know what? Uh, I bet you he was trying to reduce the danger from ores because he knew ores is going to
Prob-
show up.
Probably.
Ah, construction. Interesting. So ores and metalworks is still
The first achievement.
mhm, two achievements.
Two achievements. Nice.
Pretty good start, yes. And using Thomas's words, the wheel is great card to have because you get all the cards you want. But then, if you have what's that other card? Fermenting. If you have leaves and fermenting, oh gosh, you can draw cards and cards and cards.
Mhm.
I think in one of my games, the other player had like sailing and code of laws and calendar along with fermenting, and I mean, they were drawing four cards
Ah,
each
it's
go.
terrible. Huh?
Oh my goodness, that was crazy, yeah. So Thomas is wondering, should he or should he not get first achievement? Well, I mean, it's
Yes.
easy for him, yeah.
I can achieve the one.
Oh yeah, of course.
Ah, he had purple in hand. Strange.
Okay, so fermenting is lost now. Got tucked
So
in
you
the.
were right. He put currency in play. He made it to
Mhm.
avoid horse.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
because I promise you, Block is hanging on to ores.
I'm sure as well.
Yep, he is holding on to oars. Now that they're in threes, let's see. I bet you Block is just going to draw through the wheel. So far, I don't see Block as having any scoring cards. I mean, he could
Yes,
melt, he could do pottery, but he will have to share, of course.
mm, correct.
All the lower level cards are gone, level 1 and 2, so yes, pottery becomes more powerful. Here comes ores. thwol has what? Road building in hand. There you go. And you know what? He is not going to return road building, but he is going to draw a 3 and use agriculture. I'm pretty sure because giving road building to the other player can be just.
Dangerous.
Oh, yes, it is very dangerous.
He has a lot of cards in hand, so yeah.
Yep. I mean, he has scoring cards, agriculture and currency, but he cannot keep cards in hand. So he thought maybe Thomas was holding maybe a canal building in hand, but canal building may have been in the score pile or second achievement.
Mm.
Yep, he's going to use agriculture.
For currency, maybe.
Yes, yes, he could definitely do that. And the thing is, if Block has, which three is that? If he happens to have engineering in hand, that could wipe
No,
out
in
all the.
January,
Yep.
It's on the thwol board.
It is, yeah, it's level 3, so he just has a3 in hand, but
Hmm.
uh, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Dennis, some players had suggested that the commentators should be able to see the cards in players' hands, but, what do you think about that?
Uh, I think it's more. We are more sure the game is fair if we don't see in live the cards of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe now when we review a game, you can play. You can always play both player. So if
Mm-hmm.
you want to see what the player had in hand at this time, you can see
Mm-hmm.
and see the choice made really. But I think for the live, for the for, like that for a stream live, it can be unfair that someone see the cards and give a clue to one of
Mm-hmm.
the two antagonists. No, I think it's good to don't see the cards. I
Mm-hmm.
like it like this.
That is true. That is true. Now, problem is that a block is sharing calendar with thwol
Hmm.
because thwol has more leaves, so yes, they are getting shared, but then ors starts working. So that is a great trick. Share, something like fermenting or calendar, and then or
Hmm.
the other player to death. So yes, he is definitely uh, doing great job with here. Ors is, of course. Now education is a great card, and thwol has what? He has that other card, alchemy. He could actually do agriculture and score and of course achieve. And next turn he could do education and get like a 5 or something in hand. That's always fun to do, but we'll see. But yes, Block is definitely going to hand him some cards. Here we go.
Ouais, with horse, it's not so bad, huh?
Uh
It's a
huh.
good idea.
Yep.
Oh, not lucky.
Yep. That was a alchemy, machinery, colonialism. Oh yeah. He could use machinery, hand him colonialism, but he will get screwed by horse.
Nice try.
Yeah, I know. That was hilarious.
So he had a red card in hand. I'm kidding. It's not a good idea.
Yes, he could actually. I mean, he could just go for the achievement or and meld, the red card on his board because gunpowder could always mess him up.
Avoiding gunpowder can be good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I will use agriculture myself.
Yes.
Or maybe money. 7.1, ouais, 7 point, probably money.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, huh? I will do money.
Yep. Now, see, I think it would be better to do
If you want,
agriculture with fours to score fives and then do education to get a seven. But yeah, it will take a couple of turns.
correct. Or if he defend, he mailed the colonialism.
He could, yes.
Colonialism.
Yep.
Well, I guess he will be aggressive and definitely achieve the two
Mm-hmm.
money.
Yep. So he is scoring a few cards. There you go. He is keeping machinery, I think. He probably returned alchemy and colonialism.
Probably,
Yep. He's just waiting for the threat of ores to pass. I bet he is, you know.
And 20 points.
There you go.
Nice.
Now Block can, of course. He can and
Oh,
he will use, yeah.
we were good both. He used agriculture and money.
Oh, yes. Currency and agriculture, always good to do, yeah. And combined with education, oh, yes, that is super good.
Not so bad.
But then Block has, of course, ores and the wheel. And mysticism is great. I mean, I saw somebody, I think Bananas Play, that used mysticism to get all the way to level 6. And it was just so impressive because it would not cover itself. The purple would not cover itself. And I mean, every time I try to use mysticism, purple is the first
I
card.
myself.
It gets covered immediately. It's so lame.
Right. We can play, I think, thousand and thousand of games, and we will see new combination all the time. The cards you are not using most of the time, and in a particular combination, you win a party. Myself, I had a wonderful party with construction recently, but I played, I don't know, 15 times construction in the game. But it was feeding me in cards, in fact. And the other one, I was avoiding to have many solutions in hand. And finally, it works. So, why I play for 5 years now. The first game, I play
Wow.
construction 15 times a game and win. So everything can happen in this game. Everything.
Mm-hmm. Now, see, other than just getting the achievement Empire,
Yes.
construction can still be such a headache because the other player could just keep taking cards from you.
Mm-mm.
You know, because it's easier to just grab 2 cards from the other player instead of having to draw 2.
Of course, of
Yep.
course. Uh,
So, yep, people have done that and it just, it's like, stop it! Aha.
you have the cards, you choose, voilà.
You know what? Block does not want to cover up his good cards. He does not want ores or the wheel or even mysticism to get covered.
He's looking for a card to score, but maybe he was looking for perspective, but in fact he doesn't have a lot of light.
Yes,
How
he
do you
would
call
need.
the symbol blue?
The blue level 4 card. Blues, yeah.
No,
He.
how do you call the symbol with the light with the
Bulbs? Yeah, the light bulb.
bolt? Bolts, okay, thanks.
Yep, yep, you're welcome.
So he doesn't have a lot of bolts, so it's not good. But
Yes.
what can he get in four level to score?
Yeah, it's
Gunpowder.
I know. He's probably you know what? He is probably looking for a scoring card.
Yeah, of course he's looking for that.
I mean, he may just be looking to tuck a bunch of cards to get symbol majority, but
Yes.
that's not even going to do much other than get him more symbols. Why doesn't he achieve? Thomas, you need to achieve,
Information.
man. He drew to see if it is a crown in hand, but okay, 2. Yeah, because you know what? Block is going to share calendar and ores, of course. We know that. Somebody had said that Thomas is he each turn of his is very deliberate. I think it was Cedric that said that. And of course, you don't get to be the top player of innovation unless you are extremely thoughtfully deliberate player. And
Mhm.
let's just add deadly. Both of them are. But Block does not have a scoring card in hand. He does not have a philosophy because philosophy is a level 2 card and I don't see any 2
Yeah.
card in his hand. Okay, so
Mhm.
yeah, he could lose a 3 and engineering because I don't think he wants to lose currency.
Anatomia.
I mean, what is underneath currency? Clothing? Yeah, that's not a good idea.
Good choice.
Yeah, I mean, I would lose engineering because if ores happens again, he's going to draw engineering. But for now, he can, since he did not achieve the third achievement, he can actually do education first. 3. But that would also mean that he is not going to achieve the third achievement. I was really hoping he would grab the second and the third achievement last turn, and he didn't. So,
He's going to give currency, I think, and in case of our second turn of anatomy, he will give another 2 without the other cards.
hmm.
I don't know.
Yes, you know what? Because losing currency means that clothing has two leaves, so there will be even.
Mm-mm. Correct.
Yep, they would be even. And of course, next turn would be calendar and ores again, I'm pretty sure. But that, yep, he lost a
I know.
3 engineering. Okay,
You are right.
alright, so he's going to do education first then. And hopefully draw, he would probably be hoping to draw maybe a purple 6 or purple blue, like atomic theory, which would be pretty interesting to have. Now, Thomas probably returned alchemy. So, alchemy and engineering means that if Thomas shares calendar and then or, it's not going to be any score for him. So,
Full.
yep. So, Thomas is being pretty careful about that. I think he's going to do education first, and then if it turns out to be a yellow card, he is just going to uh,
Eh,
he is not going to melt it. What are the level 6? Yep, there's vaccination and what is Dennis? What is the other yellow card? Level 6.
Um,
Vaccination and well, let me see. We do have
vaccination and caning.
canning. Yes,
Caning?
yes, you are right. Yes, they're both without crowns. Oh, and it's a metric system. Does he have? He does have majority of crowns. So, hmm. So yeah, next turn he can. do agriculture and score a
Get a
5.
6 and score a 7.
He can, yes, but that would mean
But
he would share it.
probably maybe have a medicine in hand.
Ooh. Yeah, oh yeah,
Uh,
guess what he's getting? He's getting writing. He's getting writing.
yeah, of course.
Oh, there's mathematics got exposed. Wow. But you know what? Now Block has majority of crowns.
Yeah.
And he might get mathematics actually. So do you think he's going to get the third achievement yet or go up the levels using maths?
It's dangerous because if he meld a 7 with crowns,
He could get
uh,
screwed, yes.
yeah. So no, I don't think he's gonna use mathematics.
Okay. Let's see. Level 7,
Let,
yes.
let's see.
The crowns in level 7 are combustion, bicycle, and refrigeration. Just 3 cards, but yes, you are right. There's always a danger.
Mm-mm.
He got a 6, so he is not in a hurry to get the next achievement.
Agriculture, mathematics.
He could, yeah, he might try. You know what? Because there's only 3 cards with crowns in level 7, so he could actually do that. And I bet Thomas, I mean, he could be browsing the card set, but I bet he knows every card like the back
Of
of his
course.
hand. I know, Dennis, isn't that the danger of playing with mathematicians? They know every card.
Normal. When you play thousands of games, you know the cards.
Oh, yes.
But time to time, I have physical cards here. The Sate and Echoes and I don't know which. So time to time, I was looking in before they put it on the site.
Mm-hmm.
We can now browse all the cards and it's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
But before I was very often looking at the cards.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Agriculture.
Block will probably share it just to get some score and just to get, you know. Ah, you know what? He has he already used archery? Yes, he already used archery. So archery is not there. Archery is not available, but he returned a 1 and scored a 3. He probably returned a, and now oars. He returned Code of Laws, I
Mm.
think.
Of course.
Yep, Code of Laws. Now there's the engineering and vaccination. Okay,
It was close to achieve the 3.
I know. So the 6 he got. Okay, so the 6 had crowns. So it was probably either what's that 6? It may be, industrialization or encyclopedia. Those two are the ones with crowns. Or of course the purple card,
Vaccination.
democracy. I'm thinking about the 6 that had the crown that he got through oars. Now Block, I bet, has translation in hand unless he scored it. Since it's a 6. Yep, he is getting mats. Ah, gunpowder. Good job. Guess what's
Nice. Thank you.
guess
Are you
what's
gonna
going on?
achieve 3?
Well, he's going to do gunpowder first, you know.
One time he needs to achieve 3 and to do gunpowder. Yeah. I don't think he's going to do gunpowder twice.
Well, the thing is that
But who knows? Yeah, he cannot score, so yeah, maybe he can have 2 turns of gunpowder.
Block has Enterprise and he could steal gunpowder next turn. Now, if he does,
For nothing, because there's no tower in
yeah,
thwol's
that is true.
board,
There is no, yeah, there is unfortunately no.
and he lose horse, so it's I don't know.
Mm-hmm, that is true. But without ores, what is buried underneath ores? Construction. And construction will take the 3 and the 6 out of his hands.
And 6, yeah.
So Thomas will probably, he will achieve, of course, and then he will draw a 6 in case he ends up losing metric system. Or he will draw a 6 first to make sure it's not a crown, and then he's going to achieve. Dennis, have we seen machinery yet?
I think so. We have seen it in thwol hand.
Yes, yes, he has it in his hand. You are right. So well, right now he has alchemy.
Engineering in hand. Thwol has the 3 is engineering. We just saw his hand on the last horse.
Well, right now he has, yeah, engineering and vaccination. So,
Yes,
hmm,
but it was in
it was
it
in
was
his
in thwol
hand.
hand.
Yep. Which means it's probably in Block's hand because he used the wheel and he is probably hanging on to it. Uh,
Let's see when.
yep, because he obviously, nobody scored it, I'm sure. It was used to score. Well, you know what? He had
Yeah, he
used
probably
currency. He may have scored it through currency.
for currency or yeah, probably. I think he had a currency and alchemy. Alchemy. Let's see.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had alchemy and machinery in hand, but that
Well,
was a
I
while
think
ago.
he scored the first machinery. I will have done that
Mm-hmm.
to avoid machinery later.
Mm-hmm.
So probably in the score pile of 12 at the moment.
Oh, hmm. You think he's going to lose the wheel? I think he's going to lose ores first, just to grab the 3 and the 6 out of his hand. Yep, I think Block is going to lose ores first.
Correct.
Yep, but now there is a 6 in his hand, which he does not want construction to take.
So we're gonna do an agriculture with the 6, or he will meld it.
Yeah, it's a yellow one, and he does not want to
Ah
cover
oui, it's yeah,
agriculture.
correct. He needs agriculture, so he's going to use it,
Yep.
and he's going to give. If he does it, he gives the free achievement to block.
Yep. Archery is still going to do the same. I'm surprised he lost construction because I thought he will just keep taking cards. Okay, so that comes gunpowder. He did not take the
Strange.
6 out of his hands. Interesting.
Like
Well, but now he's losing metric system, right?
metric system or the 6 he have in. Ah yeah, yeah, you're right.
Which, yeah. And if he uses statistics, he is handing a 6 to block. Nope, he is not because block has more leaves. Yep, this is the game of the crowns, and Thomas actually likes to have more leaves and more crowns, um, which work a lot of times. And I had majority of leaves and crowns in one game, and they did not work.
He's going to achieve 3 and 4,
Yep.
or maybe not the 4, but
Oh, he will. Right now, he has enough score um, to get all 6 achievements, but if the greens gets played, let's look at if the greens gets played through anatomy. He gets block gets 2 more leaves and thwol gets 1 more. So that would be 4 versus 5 leaves. He is of course going to lose the one, which means he can still get.
okay.
Hmm, of course, achieving the higher achievement is always a good trick to do because, right, you don't know by the time your next turn comes if you will have high enough score or if the other one has screwed you up with vaccination or statistics, anatomy, pirate code. Those things always steal. Block, of course, is going to draw a 6 and then shear metric system, I think. Or do anatomy. Sorry, yeah, anatomy. No, he does not have the majority. So he has to do metric system first, play his yellows, and then do anatomy. But that's a very slow.
It's too slow.
Yeah,
Ouais.
it's too slow. Thomas has cool, which is great for score.
Mm.
And block does not have any scoring card.
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
He can get currency,
Yeah, and
but
that would
it's
lose him the advantage
yeah.
of metric system. But yeah, he could grab a 6 in hand and then steal currency in order to, get some score next turn. We don't know.
Mm.
Thomas has 4 achievements and Block has 2.
He can achieve the 4, so 5, and only one missing. He has a 6 in hand.
Yep,
He's very close. He's very close to the end.
he is, yes. Cole can actually do the trick for him.
He needs 3 turns to finish.
He does.
3, yeah.
Yep. I mean, anatomy is going to, you know, make him
I
lose,
don't
but
think
it's way too slow. Yeah, if you happen to have, a bunch of ones or something low cards in your score pile, anatomy gets to be really useless.
Yeah, Block is not in a good situation on this game now.
He is not, no.
What was the turn?
Hmm.
Gunpowder was terrible, in fact.
Dennis, my husband taught our daughter innovation, and she plays pretty good, and then for the last day of school, she took her innovation card game box to school, and she taught
Mhm.
innovation to one of her friends, and the friend actually ended up beating her. So we were like, how could you do that? Because she's a pretty good player. Wow, he did not draw a six. Oh my gosh. Block
He
chose.
took currency.
Yeah,
It was a good choice.
well, yeah, but he should have
But
drawn a six first, before doing Enterprise. Oh well,
mm,
he can do a lot bunch of score or whatever. But yeah,
difficult.
yeah, if he
Very
could.
difficult.
Exactly.
I think the game is over.
Yep, yep. There was no way for Block to score.
Even if he had tried to draw a 6 and to use mathematics to build a 7,
Mm-hmm.
some 7 can be useful to score,
Mm-hmm.
but not a lot.
Yep. If he had what's that lightning, that would have been the way to score. But yeah,
I was thinking on the 7, yeah.
um,
Combustion can be good for him.
combustion,
Lightning,
yes, that is true.
lightning very good,
Mm-hmm.
and bicycle can be useful as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But let's see how many cards would that have been. 4 plus 8. 2 is 16. 3 is 24. Yep. He would only have gotten 24 points if he had done bicycle. So that would not have been enough.
Yeah, but he gets a 6 in hand and can do well,
Yep. Thomas is actually going to, you
to
know,
meld the 6.
yep. Or just do chemistry.
Maybe not.
He's going to
Maybe
do
do
chemistry
chemistry.
just to make sure that he has a high enough score.
Or coal. No, I know coal is not good enough.
Yeah, Cole might not do anything because it's just going to get a couple of piddly points.
Mm.
So I think I'm betting chemistry. What would you do, Dennis, if you were in this game?
Which side?
How about try both sides? If you were Thomas or Block, what would you do in either of their place?
At the moment, for block, it's quite difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any solution.
Okay.
Directly, it's too late now to do anything.
Mm-hmm. That is
So
true.
if I don't know what is my six, but I guess if there is no crown on it, I will lead.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He scores.
Chemistry, yep.
Okay.
His six is vaccination, of course. But yeah, like I said, that I think he's gonna
Ah,
do
yeah, yeah.
chemistry and meld a six and achieve next turn. Come on. Why is it so difficult to return a card, Thomas?
Even at this moment, he's serious and choosing the right card.
Mm-hmm. So he returned a two instead of the one. I had told Thomas that, maybe he needs to meld a card at the beginning, because they had been waiting for the last 3 or 4 days before starting the game, and he's already negative 42 hours and 34, and negative 42 hours at the time of the start of the
Mm-hmm.
game. And the thing is that I don't know, Dennis, if how many days from the start does the game kick them out?
I think if he can have wait about 5 days, huh, in total.
Okay, okay. I mean, they each
Uh,
have 2 days for their turn, but um,
I
I
don't think you are fired when you are late 2 days and the other one no. Like he is close to 48 hours, right? But
48
no, no,
hours. Yeah, I think so.
I'm
48
sure.
hours. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you are not fired at minus 48 if the other one has still have more than 2 days to play.
Hmm.
It will goes to the end of the 5 days
5 days.
total, I think.
Okay. You know what? I think you're right. I think that's what had happened in one of my games. The other player had not taken their
You
turn.
can be fired by the other one, but if he doesn't push the
Right.
button,
Mm-hmm.
you still play.
Yeah, I think because in one of my games with Gigi, the other French player,
Yeah.
if he had taken his turn, he would have won, but he kind of got lazy and did not take his turn. So, after like 5 days, which is the tournament time, and 5 days and what, 5 minutes over the 5 day, yeah, the game ended. So,
Mhm.
I mean, I think I ended up winning because I had more time and he didn't. But yeah, he should have won if he had just taken his turn to grab the last achievement. So yeah, it was, you know.
You know, it's an older brother-in-law. Gigi is I know him. We are living about 25 kilometers away.
Oh, nice.
So we met once a week to play
Cool.
for ages.
Mhm.
And at the moment we play innovation, of course.
Nice. That's nice. Now Block got physics on his board, and if he wants to share
Try
physics,
to
yep,
yeah.
have him lose the six. It is
Mm,
entirely possible.
it is
At this time, that is his only chance to have
mm,
thwol lose the
correct,
six.
correct.
It may work, it may not work, we don't know, but that is the only chance he has.
To delay
Yep,
to have a small delay at the
yep,
the
absolutely.
final issue.
Yep. I mean, if that happens, I mean, yeah, the game will stretch for a little more. Oh,
Oh,
he stole clothing? Okay. Come on, man. Yep, yep. Physics was his only chance, and I mean, he can't do much, so yep. Game was.
I would have tried physics. Or
Yep. We always love pirates. Moving on. Okay. Would have been fun. Okay. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Alright, well, you could have
Well,
tried. I know that's what he said, that you could have tried,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And
What time is it?
it is
Five,
late, it's 10.
5:30.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
and
5:30 p.m. my side, or
okay.
close to. So I'm going to move.
Okie dokie, yes. Thank you so much, Thomas, for staying
I
here and
know it was a
helping me.
pleasure to be free for one time.
Yes.
My English is not so good, but normally I find the words. So thank you very much for your your passion for this game. It's very good and very nice to keep on putting that on stream. I like it.
Thank you
Voilà.
very
You do a
much.
very good job.
All right, I really appreciate it, Dennis. And thank you so much for your help. Thank you
Ah, you're
again.
welcome.
All right.
If I'm free, I will do it again. I will come back.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
Voilà.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye,
Have a
Gerard.
nice day
Bye bye.
and well done, Tol.
Thanks.
Let's see. Yeah.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Thomas. Hey, Paul. Congratulations.
Block, are you
Yeah.
there?
Congratulations, thwol.
Well, I mean, Ors didn't help you.
No, that was a big disappointment. That ores, I kept trying to share ores, and it just never gave me any points. I thought that was a fairly decent plan, and then and you must have had gunpowder in your hand at some point when I could have orsed you because
I know
it
I got it and then I returned it with agriculture, I think.
okay.
But yeah,
Yeah,
it passed through my hand because I knew that if you were going to use Enterprise, it was going to give me
gunpowder. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was trying to remember because I remembered colonialism got returned like a bunch of times. And it's like it's somewhere. It's somewhere in the pile. But it had already gotten melded. So yeah, I was kind of nervous that you had done something sneaky there with enter that if I stole with Enterprise, you would get something good. But I decided I could survive, and that was a bad decision. Because you really got, I had no way to cover up my reds, um, and except with something like metalworking, right?
Okay.
That was the only red in my hand, so that was tough. And I didn't want to get rid of the wheel because that one I could actually cover up. Uh, and I thought, well, maybe I'll give you ores and then I'll steal things with construction. Uh, I probably should have stolen your six with construction. Um,
Yeah,
but
I thought you might do that, but then I would still have had the six and gunpowder to kill more stuff. So
right,
I'm not
right.
sure.
Right, Paul.
Like I
You had archery at that time when you lost construction, and you didn't
I
use even
did.
that.
No, I thought about that too. I thought, well, okay, I basically have like a line of red cards that could continue to be threats, but I decided I wanted to I kind of wanted metric system to cover up wheel so that wheel would be safe. And I wanted to steal both math and metric system. Um, and
As
but I
every
also wanted
mathematician should, right?
right. But you know, it's hard because that six then stayed in his hand, and that then became a big problem once his score pile became so high, and I couldn't
Exactly.
achieve fast enough.
I know, I know. Yeah, you when you stole currency, and I'm like, oh man, I wish he had drawn a six before stealing currency.
And I wanted to do that, but there wasn't enough time. Yeah,
Got you. Yep, that is
yeah.
true. You never
Um,
really had a good way to score, and like you said, Ors was quite disappointing. Yeah,
yeah.
bad job, Ors. So,
Shall we look Attica, are you still recording?
yes, I am. Yes, and I'm
Shall we look
looking.
at
Yep.
shall we look at the
Sure, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we could.
looking at the replay that you are doing. That is the screen that is getting recorded at this time. Your screen.
So usually when you have sailing and mysticism, you go with sailing block?
Yeah, I mean, because mysticism won't actually meld
Mm.
if it's my first starting card. And so mysticism would just be if you had metalworking or the
Yeah.
wheel that would stop you. Um, but if you had the wheel, I would do sailing and hopefully draw something that had a lot of castles as well, and that might stop you anyway. Um, so it's really metalworking would be the only thing that would sneak through.
Yeah.
So yeah, I prefer sailing in this case, although it's not an easy, it's not a strong preference there.
Yeah, I think one nice, like, as you probably know, my worst nightmare is clothing.
Yes.
And
Right.
sailing has the advantage of like it blocks you one of your, it blocks one color that is there for sure.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, so you got the wheel. Yeah, so I wasn't very happy with my hand because I had writing and pottery.
Yeah, and you didn't want to go straight to age two because you like those age one cards.
Yeah, like in general, like in particular, given that you have a wheel, like even math is not gonna last. Like the advantage lasts shorter than like if metalworking and or the wheel are not in play, then you can think, okay, maybe I try to go to two and get an advantage for the better cards. But like if you're going to draw it in 2 rounds, then like I say, okay, like it's not much of an advantage anyway. Like I don't know. Uh, I prefer to try to find clothing, which was the case in this.
Yep. Yeah, you got clothing before me, but I was happy
Yeah.
with my draw for the most part.
Mm.
So yeah, at this point, I had everything I needed for masonry. Uh,
Yeah, monuments were gonna be built. Yes, yeah. So in my hand, I had pottery, agriculture, and clothing. I think like the holy trinity of leaves, basically. Maybe I got it now. I don't know what was it. Ah, no, I had also tools. Sorry, the previous one was tools. The last one I draw was clothing.
yeah, so here I didn't want to do masonry and meld the reds and the purples right away, because that doesn't stop if you had code of laws, right? Because I didn't know that you had where code of laws was. Then I there would be two colors that you would be still scoring on with clothing, and so I decided here that I wanted to keep drawing, hopefully draw some more castles in other colors, but that wasn't happening. But here, actually, this gave me the flexibility that I can meld masonry and on the next turn maybe meld all the castles except for metalworking and surprise you with ores when you had a big hand. So I kept wanting you to draw more. Um,
But sorry, you said that if you could have played ores and covered that way, you would have had all colors except blue, right? Is that correct?
So like on this turn, I drew two with the wheel, right? But I could have done instead. I could have melded
Yes,
masonry
on
and
the
gotten
first
monument
round.
right away. But I would
Yes.
only have three colors:
Oh,
red, green, and purple,
also yellow, no? Also yellow.
and yellow, right? And I didn't like that blue still wasn't
Mm-mm.
there, and
I see, I see. You were hoping
I
to
wanted to
cover the
have more
whole.
colors. Yeah.
I see, I see.
And that actually helped. You only had yellow.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I had only all the blues, but then I was sure that blues I was going still to get some points out of it, fortunately.
Yeah, and at this point, I considered doing masonry and doing ores on top and then using ores, but I realized all the green ones have been played.
Yeah,
Uh,
actually, you knew my hand at this stage.
well, I wasn't sure. You might have had
No, 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 no.
domestication.
I mean I think if the new version of clothing, if you cannot play a card, you have to show your hand.
Oh, really? Okay, okay. Yeah, because
Mm.
here it just said that
I
in
see.
the log it just said that you don't have one of the missing colors.
Oh, I
So
see, I see. Maybe maybe it's different. I see, I see.
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
It
for you.
works with ores, not always with clothing.
Oh,
With clothing, it's
I
slightly
see,
different.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it didn't actually tell me what your hand was.
Uh-huh.
Um, but obviously you only had blues, greens, and yellows, and all the greens had been played. And so
It could be domestication, but
it could be domestication, but
it was the only one, yes.
that's the only one. So ores isn't that juicy at this point. So yeah, that's why again I did the wheel here.
Well, I mean, construction was a good pick.
Construction was a nice draw. And then calendar, actually, I was happy. I was like, okay, I meld it. It looks like I'm just covering up one of your colors, but secretly I have this calendar ores plan to try to get a lot of points.
Yeah, I was like, that too. That other two was. I didn't have. Yeah, so here, I think, yeah, so here I got currency. And I was thinking, I really hope
I
that
really
two.
wanted you to draw a second two. I really
Yeah,
want.
yeah, not gonna happen. Like my only options here were like agriculture on whatever I was drawing or playing whatever I was drawing, or like if it was a safe two, just agriculture on one of the ones. Like, but yeah, so and then here I was hoping not road building again. I had nightmares the last few days.
Mm,
So here you have a nice combo, like
yeah.
two
I was gonna,
moves, 2 points.
yeah.
No,
I
no, no,
was I was pretty happy, and I was happy to steal pottery from you. That was
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Um, and then ores is waiting in the wings.
Yeah.
But monotheism kept tucking all the crowns, so this was annoying. Um,
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Good idea.
and also, I mean, I had metalworking as another option to meld that and start scoring
Mm,
castles, and that just wasn't that useful either after a while.
Also because, yeah, I wasn't sure if using monotheism like this was an idea. At least I felt it was like give me some option to get rid of cards. I don't know. Yeah, so I had road building. Ah, you got papers. By the way, have you seen the new version of paper?
I mean, we played that one game one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit, it's a bit sad.
Oh, it's like if you don't draw a green or something, then then paper disappears.
Like you have to get rid of a leaf on your board,
Oh, okay.
something like that. I don't know if it is return or junk, but I don't know. Like it's true that of course if you play all colors, paper becomes very strong, but like it also takes 1,000 actions, and you need philosophy more or less.
Right.
Not.
Now here I was disappointed because, you're returning things that I know are have no crowns, but I thought this one at least I would get you with something. And I think I got compass from you here. Yeah. And that was it.
Yeah, also it got education. I was really, like when I saw education, I was first very happy because it had no crowns, and then agriculture education is always nice to have.
Right.
And then you did horse again.
Yeah. And that was a dud.
Yeah, so
I,
one.
I knew the 3 was probably going to be a dud, but the 4 I was hoping would have crowns.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, and here when I did, I kept like I used currency to return like I got rid of machinery, I guess, and then I returned um, alchemy with agriculture because I thought at least if you try again the same trick, one card is covered and I risk a bit less.
right. And I mean, here already I was thinking about stealing currency, but I did not want. I mean, you would give me writing first, and then you would have education and math, which I did not want to have you get that far ahead on tech. Uh, you would jump up to age 7.
Yeah, also I would get a 4, right? Like,
Right. And I mean, I had not enough bulbs for perspective.
yeah,
I really didn't have a good way to score at this point.
yeah.
Pottery would be shared unless I melded more. Um,
But maybe paper and perspective. But yeah, still slow, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what we were talking about, is that Paul did not have, um, you know, good scoring cards. Of course,
Mm.
and perspective was brought up that yes, that would be too slow. And of course,
Yeah.
we knew that you did not have philosophy in hand. So
right.
it was either achievement or it was in Thomas's score pile. So yes,
Yeah, I
perspective
think
would
it.
have.
No, sorry, I think.
No, I was just going over the perspective thing. And of course, looking at invention and stuff, kind of becomes useless without philosophy.
Yeah, I guess on the next turn when I melded anatomy and used it, um, then I could have melded pottery and started using pottery, because I would have 6 sleeves to your 4, and that might have been a fast way to start scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, because here I think with all these cards, like if you had managed to get one age before 6, then the tables would have turned.
Right, right.
Like you had so many things.
And you waited so long to achieve the 2 and the 3. Um,
Well, I, I, I don't know if I've because I had to draw first and then do some like I mean you have to do it on the second move, right? I mean I could do 1 and 2 at the same time, but like here I got I think this was Reformation.
Yeah, which is not useful. Yep, for you.
Yeah, I was
For sure.
thinking about covering education just to prevent anatomy from
Oh,
this.
so anatomy, I was actually, I liked that anatomy was difficult for you
Mhm.
because you didn't want to return a two because that would return currency, and you probably didn't want to return a four because that would mess up education. So you had to return a three, and so that was,
Yeah,
a fairly big point loss for you.
yes.
And now you returned to four with education, so you actually didn't have enough points to achieve the three after this,
Yep.
which made me happy.
Yeah, maybe I should the round before I should have achieved. Like I didn't think about anatomy. Like probably the previous round achieving three would have been the right move. But on the other hand, I was thinking like if like for me it was more important to take it away from you than not to get it in some sense.
Mm.
And so here I got metric system and God save.
Yeah, I played
Fortunately.
Enterprise too fast here. I think I should have maybe played Pottery and started scoring.
Mhm.
Uh, because
Yeah, but
right, I mean, you were going to give me writing, and that does nothing.
Yep. Unfortunately.
yeah, also my only way of scoring would have given me like you could have shared and get more points and give
Yeah.
me a card that you could maybe steal with ores. So, yeah, maybe pottery was
Yep.
also here I was lucky not to get what is I know navigation was in my points, so that won't happen. I know actually I knew that was colonialism. And yeah, here when I shared agriculture, I was for a moment worried that you would return a three and get rid
Uh,
of gunpowder. But yeah,
yeah, I didn't want to return a three
but you
because
would give me a five, I guess. What was that?
no, it was because I wanted to return something that
With
would come up
crowns.
if I orsed you, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. That is exactly what we noticed that, yeah, Code of Flaws was available and must have gotten returned, and of course it did.
Yeah, and I knew the threes were had no crowns, so I wanted to
Yeah.
get one of those out of the way.
Mhm.
And if both had gotten out of the way, then gunpowder would have gotten killed by the ores chain, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Here you hoard my democracy and the code of law.
Oh, democracy, okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I should have been more suspicious that you returned a four, uh, and not the six.
uh, ah because
I mean, why would you share agriculture unless you really wanted the points? And
no. So the idea there was just like I wanted the score, but I was afraid that you would enterprise me twice and
uh,
get metric system.
okay,
And I wanted to have a six for later use.
okay.
So that was the idea, and like it was vaccination, so like it was safe.
Yeah, so here you gunpowdered me a second time, and the debate is, should I have given you construction or the wheel? And and maybe I should have given you the wheel and stolen your six with construction, and then done enterprise. uh, or math on the 6.
Yeah, the only thing, if you had done that, then I would have had a 5,
Yes.
and then I could also share math.
Right.
So this way you would have a 7, but I would also have a 6. And in any case, I would have still had a metric system. So.
Right. And you would only have 29 points here instead of 30, but still agriculture is out and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
too dangerous. Yeah, I wasn't happy by how high your score had gotten at this
yeah,
point, and I had no way to stop you. And you got statistics, which and you had vaccination in hand. It was just really
mm,
nothing was going my way here at this
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah. It was like yeah, and then calls just in case one needs more points.
Right.
Yep, exactly. That is, yeah. And then you got what um the blue card with.
Chemistry later. Yeah. Chemistry wasn't helpful either, but at this point I was pretty resigned that I didn't have a good way to stop you because I had to reduce your score pile. I had to score. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
too
yeah,
many things that I had to do.
yeah. Also, anatomy. If you if you start using it when the other person has so many cards of low value, it takes forever to. And like call gives it back in like one move, basically.
Right.
And at this point, Paul using Enterprise to take clothing was kind of um, a bit of a shock. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, the math was a stab in the dark, and and then as Thwol pointed out, I got physics. I could have shared physics, and I
yes,
just I didn't think of that. I didn't stop to think. I was like, okay, well, that wasn't what I was hoping for.
yep,
So I have no way to stop him from melding the 6, but actually, yeah, it would have been interesting if I shared physics, what would happen.
yep,
Um, I mean, he would still be very close, just two uses of coal would get him uh a 6, but yeah, I would have been alive for another turn, I guess.
Yes. If,
right.
yeah,
And
we
yeah, sorry.
yeah, please, article.
Oh no, I was just going along with that physics thing. Is that, yeah, we were saying that physics is the only choice at this time for Paul. It could work,
Mhm.
it could not work, but yeah, physics was his only way to get rid of the 6 in your hand. So yep, please. Sorry, I didn't know you were gonna say something.
No, I was just also it was quite difficult also because I had chemistry and education, so
Yep,
like I could potentially go to 8, and then it
exactly.
becomes difficult. Yeah,
Yep.
if ors had been different, it would have been like if you had scored more with ors, uh, could have gone quite differently, I think.
Yep. Well played again, and congratulations on winning the tournament.
Thanks. Mm.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to stop the stream. I
Yes.
think I'll wait for you to get the last achievement, and then I'm going to stop the
Ah,
stream at
sorry.
that
Okay.
time. But yeah, that was
So-
yeah, that was a pretty good game, and congratulations to both of you guys. That was a great game, and yes, it's a little too early. Sorry, Paul, to wake you up so early.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right.